I don't have that much that I want to say because personally, I think we're kind of on sacred ground here. And what I mean by that is that the part of the Antigone where we have this confrontation between Antigone and Creon is probably, in my mind, the most important thing in world literature. Okay, I said it. Um, I don't know what else to say except that this these pages when Creon has Antigone or Antigone is dragged in by the guard and they have Creon finds out that Antigone is the one who's buried Polynices is probably the greatest thing I've ever read, I think. So why would I ruin it for you by telling you what it means or telling you my opinion of what it means? The thing is to experience it yourself. I'll just take, I'll say two very obvious things. There's more than one sort of confrontation here. Um, I would say that, first of all, you have a confrontation between a man and a woman, and really a very young woman who's more or less a girl. She's so young. And that's obviously part of the dynamic. The Creon himself expresses this anxiety about being shown up by a woman. But there's also the confrontation between what they stand for, uh, between Antigone's asserting, as she does on page 20, that she knew she was breaking the law, but that doesn't make her a criminal because she broke the law to uphold the law. That is, there's another law. She calls it at the bottom of page 20, the law of Zeus. That what Creon did was make a human law, a human dictate. He's basically a dictator. That she felt that she had every reason or every justification in breaking because that law that Creon ordained went against sacred law, divine law, a deeper law. Um, Creon is the state. Creon is the city. Creon is the one representing the city, and to Creon's mind, there can be no justification in breaking the law of the city. The law of the city is everything, and I think that Creon is definitely the bad guy in this play. There's no question about it. But one of the you know one of the steps in reading a great piece of literature is realizing that the easy answers are not the answers. That is, Creon is the bad guy, but Creon has his point. I mean, that is that if we allow for the breaking of laws, if we don't uphold the state, then where are we? And his decision to punish Antigone. I mean, people are telling him left and right. They're hinting to him that he's got to compromise here. That yes, she defied him. Yes, she broke the law. But does that mean that he has to kill her? In his mind, he does to maintain credibility as a ruler. He can't make a special case for his niece. Seamus Haney, the translator, I think one of the reasons he said he wanted to call it the burial at Thebes is that he thought that you could call this play the Antigone, but you could also call it the Creon, insofar as it's the tragedy of Creon. That Creon, in his insistence in upholding the law, destroys himself. Because he cannot see that perhaps there is a time for compromise. I don't know. Those are just my thoughts. This is work these things out for yourself. This is, to my mind, this section of the Antigone is just one of the most incredible pieces of literature that I've ever read.